How are we doing today, everybody? This is the Renaissance Daddy, and today we're going to be talking about that's right, the weight gain. You saw it in the title. Not giving anything away. Um, so, holiday weight gain tips, tricks, eating. Obviously, I don't seem like the guy who can kind of give a lot of tricks, but I have been doing or fighting this battle, I should say, for probably 20, 23, 24, maybe 25 years now. And so I do have a little bit of experience with it. Let's just say that. So where this came from, I always like to do, as you guys know, lay of the land. Where did this come from, Jay? But before I get there, this is going to be a 6-part series getting us all the way through the holiday, not just weight gain, but the general topic is tough things that we need to get through. And we're going to do it together. And we're going to add a little insight to your life, to my life for the next 6 weeks. So this one, first one, holiday series is what we're calling it. The holiday series is about weight gain, different food type of eating things that I've done, the pros and cons of them, and then also a personal challenge from me to you. So before I start, if you like this kind of content, please hit the like button, add a comment, smash a subscribe, and continue this journey with me. If you're feeling generous, go on out to anchor.com, find Renaissance Daddy, donate, keep this train rolling, and I would greatly appreciate it. I actually appreciate everything that everybody does to this point. Listening, I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Okay, so just say that. So once again, hit like, subscribe, and keep it coming. That's out on Spotify, Apple iTunes, and now on YouTube. So go out to YouTube, find us out there. Actually, a small little plug. You're going to be seeing over the next week the new YouTube channel, different twist, called The Toro Tech. And we're going to be talking about reviews and things like that. But that's a whole different ball of wax. But I just want to do a small little plug on that. But here, Renaissance Daddy, Spotify, Apple iTunes, YouTube, Google Play. Check us out. All right. Now, let's get into it. So where this came from, weight loss. Like, obviously, we can see I'm kind of struggling with this period, this issue at times. But I will say that I wasn't always, a larger boy. And I'm not saying I'm a bad person because of it. If you're larger, you're not a bad person either. But what I will say is this is a journey of mine. It's a choice of mine that I continually fall and get up and fall and get up. And I always say, and as you've always heard me, right, fall forward. Fail frequently, but always fail and fall forward. Learn something, right? Like I tell my son, if you strike out, did you learn anything? I don't know how to see the ball differently. Did you see the way the laces moved, the way he pitched it? Did you learn something about your swing, your stance? That doesn't matter. Learn something, right? There's always something to learn from everything out there. So, beyond that. So the other day, I'm sitting there, and it's happened a couple times, but just this time, every once in a while, my heart was open to receive it, I should say, right? Or I would think. And I was sitting there, and it wasn't even Facebook, but Facebook does this a lot. And it was actually Apple iTunes or the Apple iPhoto thingy. And it came up, and it was like, here's a memory from last year. It's you and your daughter. Yay. And I looked at it, and it was a beautiful memory. It was, she and I were playing, or I think it was playing, or we went to a movie or something like that. It was like that here at our local place. And I looked at myself, and it was like, I could barely recognize myself. It was like, in your mind how much you've gained. And everybody's gained some weight over the whole COVID lockdown thing, right? I gained more than most. I will say that. And I'll be very upfront, open. 96 pounds. Stopped going to the gym on February 1, basically, January 31, 30, 31. And by July, mid-July-ish, August-ish, I was 96 pounds. I had lost 96 pounds up to that point, and I gained almost every single pound back. So let's just say that the way I looked last year is dramatically different than the way I look this year. And I noticed, and it was like, wow. And so for those of you that are watching on YouTube, this is how I looked last year. And for you listening on Spotify and YouTube and iTunes and all the podcast places, go out to YouTube, check out this time frame, this timestamp, and you'll see, like, it was dramatic, and that hit me like hard, and I got very, I don't want to say weepy, but I did get depressed because I don't blame anybody. I blame myself. I did it. I'm the one who ate the Cheetos. I'm the one who ate the, pints of Ben and Jerry's, right? And people, oh, don't give yourself such a hard time, Jay. You're going through a hard time. You were going through a divorce and COVID. Yeah, but really, seriously, I don't want an excuse. I don't want to make an excuse. I don't want somebody to make an excuse for me. So when I say, thanks, but no thanks, I'm trying to be nice, but I don't want an excuse. I did it. I'm the one who ate what I ate. Okay? I did it. I'm the one. Sorry about that. There seems to be an airplane landing on my roof at this point. Sorry about that. Anyway, I will probably edit that out. Whatever. Anyway, I gained a ton of weight. And as I was, I looked at it and I was like, wow, and I've tried. I bought a gym quality elliptical machine last year, or this year. It was roughly about July, and arm and a leg. And I'm like, we may be mildly locked down, but I'm still gonna I'm still gonna go do it. And I did it, a few times, but I didn't really do it. It's as simple. I mean, it's literally downstairs. I could be on that machine in less than 5 minutes, and yet I don't do it. And so I pondered that, right? Why? I got a weight set. I paid through the nose with a whole gouged price thing. Why? I have everything I need right here. I don't even have to go anywhere. But yet, I joined a gym recently, 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to do it. On November 1st, I'm going to do it. And I still didn't really get into it. I think I've been to the gym 4 times, maybe. And and even last week, my daughter's here and she's like, come on, Dad, let's go. And she pestered me. And I even got mad because she pestered me. Stop pushing me. If I want to be fat, let me be fat. And I sat down and I was really disgusted with myself because she's just trying to be happy. She's trying to be her, right? And she's 12. She can't drive to the gym herself. That's 1. And 2, she does care about me. And she, I know, can see the weight that I have increased to. She, I know, knows my heart that I want to be lighter. And yet I'm not. And I can see, and I feel horrible for, getting upset with her. I wish I hadn't. We have 7 days, and I spent some of that time getting upset with her. I think is such a waste of time. But on the other hand, that event made me think hard. Like, wow, you were this stuck in your ways. This stuck. Like, you need to change something. And it started a domino effect. And the domino effect is starting tonight. When this podcast, this YouTube video, when you are watching it, when you are listening to it, Sunday, the 22nd, sorry, I was checking the date, 22nd, when you yourself are watching this, that's the date it starts. And it starts with little things. See, here's the thing. I had to really, and I've spent the time doing it, right? I had to really, really sit down and think. What am I doing that is changed now from then? And so I thought about it. The first thing was let me back up one real quick second. There's a motivational speaker that I listen to. I think you should listen to. I'll put his link in the description and the comment and the description below. But his motivational speeches, talks, whatever, they speak to me. They get me right behind, right at my heart. They just get me. His name is Eric Thomas. Once again, I'll leave his link down below. And you got to be 100% at everything you do. You can't just be 100% at half of it, because you're not 100% all the way. You got to find and he said this last year, you have to find your why. Well, he probably didn't say it last year. I just heard it last year. I learned when I got diagnosed with ADHD, there's a lot of things that people said years before that I never heard, that all of a sudden I heard, and it was like, whoa, that's amazing. Whole different kind of ball of wax. But so, he finds your why. And so last year, right before, I was find your why, and you got to be 100% on everything you do. And I knew I was a good dad, and I knew I was a good employee, good provider, and I was a good baseball coach, and I was a so-so husband. I knew I was a so-so husband. I was trying to be better in my own way. I was trying to be better. And I literally was trying, and I got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this for me, and not for my daughter, not for my son. I mean, they're gonna benefit, and for my wife at the time, right? I'm gonna do this. And I said, okay, I'm boiling the ocean, so to speak, every single time I do this, right? So we're gonna break it down. We're gonna go 7 days. So when I was in the military, I didn't know if I was gonna make it through boot camp, and I called home to my mom, and my mom said, basically, shut up, right? The nicest woman in the world was on the phone with me telling me to shut up. I was kind of, whoa, rocked me to my knees. She said, just make it to breakfast, from breakfast to lunch, from lunch to dinner, and then from dinner to to your rack to bedtime. Just one foot in front of the other. Don't think about it's 8 weeks long. Don't think about the drill sergeant yelling at me. Don't think about that. Just make it these small steps. And if you can't make it to breakfast, just think about make it outside to the next quad, or whatever the case may be. And I've taken that forward in life. And so when I thought he came to me, he spoke to me on YouTube and on my playlist, and I listened, and his thank God it's Monday. It's just in my brain right now. And he said that, and I was like, whoa. So on that summer, 2019, right? I'd been diagnosed with ADHD. We were still working with the levels of the medication and the behavioral things that I needed to do, so on and so forth. But I had said, okay, I'm going to break out an hour to an hour and a half a day. I'm going to take the kids during the summertime because they were home, and I was working from home. And I work from home beyond the COVID timeframe. I have always worked from home for the better part of, 15, 16 years now. So anyway, so I was home, And so I broke out an hour to an hour and a half every day, and I would take the kids to their activity center or to the bouncing place or to a friend's house or to the pool or whatever, right? So that they could do something. And it was mainly commuting time, whatever, right? I wasn't hanging out there. I would go hang out and drop them off and then come right back. Regardless, end of the summer comes, I had this time on my calendar. It had baked into my calendar. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to take that time, and with what he had told me and what I was feeling, because I'm going to be 100% in everything. That includes my well-being, being a husband, being a father, being an employee. I was going to be 100%. And I said, okay, let's go work out. But now we're all tempted to, like I said, boil the ocean when we start, right? So I told myself, okay, we're not going to boil the ocean. We're going to go 7 days, 1 foot in front of the other. That's kind of where I went back to, right? 1 foot in front of the other. We're getting to lunch and lunch to dinner, so to speak. And in those 7 days, all I'm going to do is a version of what's called an elimination diet. You know, just take something out of your diet to see how you're feeling or whatever. And I chose to take out carbs, which then eventually led me into keto, which I was playing around with keto ever since January. And keto, if you don't know, is a ketogenic diet. It basically is, it's not the Atkins, sometimes gets mistaken, but it's, you don't really eat a lot of carbs, or you eat 20 grams of carbs or less, and you eat, and everything else is primarily salads and greens, proteins, cheeses, and fats, right? And I know you're going to go, well, wait a minute, fats. I know. Believe it or not, I had lost weight up to that point. I was off and on the keto since January. I said, you know what? My 7 days, I'm going to hit it hard, and it's keto or bust. So I took 7 days. 7 days, August 1st started. 7 days. And I worked on that. That's all I did. I didn't work out. I didn't think I was going to work out. I didn't say I was going to work out. I didn't do any of those things. My goal was just 7 days. And when the next 7 days came, I said, okay, now we're going to amp it up just a little bit. So then I went next 7 days, and then I said, what are we going to do? And I said, okay, what can we do? Let's go to the gym. So we had a gym as part of our homeowners thing. We had a gym. Let's go to the gym 3 times this week. And we're not going to do more than 15 minutes. Actually, I'm sorry. It was 10 minutes. We're not going to do more than 10 minutes. I'm not going to run because I'm a big boy and it hurts. I'm not even going to try to lift. That's not going to work. Just 10 minutes. Just get your butt to the gym and do 10 minutes on the elliptical. As fast, as slow as you want to, 10 minutes. Done deal. So I got to do 3 times. So that next week I did 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. The week after that, I said I'm going to do 4. Did 4. Right, 10 minutes. The third week, I said I'm going to do 15 minutes. And I'm going to go 5 days this week. And I went 5 days a week, and I went 15 minutes. Now, the whole entire time I've had my diet I hate to say diet because it just brings back a lot of bad memories, but my eating lifestyle, right, was I've been following it religiously. And in the third week, it was 21 days. 21 days. 21 days takes to make a habit. And it was like, boom. Then I continued on to the gym the next week, the 4 week. And then it went from 5 to 6 days. And then at some point, I was then went anywhere between 6 to 7 days a week. And sometimes I would actually do 2 workouts a day, just depending upon how I felt. I get stressed out. I go for a run. I get stressed out. I go for a bike ride. You know, a cycling thing. I get stressed out. I go lift some weights after the main workout. And I got to a point, roughly 6 weeks after I had started, mid-September, where I was going an hour to an hour and a half at the gym, hardcore. I was doing 30 minutes to an hour, 45 minutes on the elliptical by mid-September, and 15 minutes of running, right? My goal was just, 15 minutes of running. That's it. And I went from run half a mile, to run a mile, to run 2 miles. So let me fast forward. This progression continued until I was able to run 3. At the end in January, I was running roughly up to 4 miles. And I could do the elliptical for an hour and 20 minutes straight. I was lifting 230 pounds easily. I was down from a 44-inch waist to a 34 on its way to a 32. I hadn't been that size since I was 18. Yeah, I was really happy with myself. I went from over 300 pounds to almost to 96 pounds off of that. It was a feeling that you can't even imagine. And while that was going on, it was the process of getting a divorce, or at least the beginnings of a decision of a divorce. It was trying to do my job while staying focused, trying to be a good dad, trying not to break down while at the time, seemed like my life was falling apart. Picking myself up while my life was falling apart. Until finally I broke. I mean, to be honest, I did. It was, I remember the day, right? I got the news that my significant former ex-other, my ex-wife, I don't know why I keep saying if a significant other, but my ex, we were still married technically at that point, said, boop, I'm moving out to another place. And we were selling our house as well because we decided to get divorced. And I was just shocked because I didn't think that, I thought we were going to, sell the house and so on and so forth. Anyway, another story for another day. But what I'll say was it rocked me to my knees. And things were said back and forth. And at the end of it, I end up blaming myself because I allowed somebody to steal my light, to take what I was in love with. And when I say I was in love with it, I was in love with it. I felt good. It was one of my medications. I'd work out, the dopamine in my brain, I was like, boom. And I was hitting on all cylinders when I did it, to where I stopped. And I shortly there petered after, it was about February 2nd. I started looking for places to live, apartments, whatever, got preoccupied, didn't go to the gym. One day led to the next day. Like I said, last time I was in the gym was roughly January 30th, 29th, 30th, 31st. And then it dawned on me roughly in July, mid-July, end of July, that I hadn't gone to the gym. I mean, I knew I hadn't gone to the gym, but like I did the math because everything, clothes that I was wearing weren't fitting. As far as it went down, even in like underwear, nothing was fitting. It was uncomfortable. And, that rocked me. And I've been tripping and stumbling for 6 months now, trying to get up, falling forward every single time, learning a little bit more. And I think now is my time. Now, will I fail again? It's possible. But that's why I had the bright idea of including you. So here's what we're going to do. My Renaissance family out there. This isn't just dads. This is if you are subscribed, you're a man, a woman, doesn't matter your situation. Because this I've learned is beyond men. It's just, we're all in a renaissance. We are all in a transformational, we're not just dads, we're not just employees, we're not just moms, we're not just, sisters or, whatever. We can be whatever we want. And in that spirit, this next 7 days, right, we're going to take it small steps. And so if you have a membership to a gym, and if you don't, that's perfectly fine. But here's the challenge for you. And when you complete the challenge, I want you to come back to this podcast. I want you to come back to this YouTube video, and I want you to comment, hey, I went 3 times. I went 4 times. But the goal, the challenge, is to go and do physical activity 3 days this week. That's this week. We'll talk about it again next week, and as well as add on more based on what we talk about next week. We're going to talk about more about eating, what to eat, what not to eat, what I did, what I didn't do, right? What helped and what hurt. I'm going to say this. I lost 96 pounds and I gained 96 pounds. And the only thing that I changed differently was adding and removing sugar-based, like carbohydrates. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that next week, right? We're going to talk about carbs, sugar, glucose, right? We're going to talk about how it affects our bodies, how it may affect yours. I know what it affects mine, right? My skin breaks out, right? I get blotchy, right? Sodas, all these different things. We're going to talk all about eating, right? I've done paleo, I've done keto, I've done South Beach, I've done Atkins, I've done the food pyramid, I've done them all. And I'll talk to you about what works for me coming up next week. But for this week, I want you all, because I believe in you, because I believe in myself. So I want you all 3 times this week, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, do whatever you can do. Set the goal and do it. Now, here's the other thing. If you're looking to be motivated, throw that crap out the door. Put it on your calendar, put it in your phone. Don't worry about being motivated. Who gives a crap about being motivated? Just do it. Just get out and do it. That's the bottom line. That's what I had to get my head around. I wasn't motivated last year. No. I was perfectly comfortable. And that's the problem. You never grow when you're in that comfortable bubble. And that's why the elliptical is sitting downstairs and it barely been used. Because if I got to get my fat butt in a car and go to a gym or go somewhere, I know for me, I might as well get out and go do something. But if I get to walk downstairs, which is very close to the kitchen, because it's so big, it needs to be in the garage, it's 2 steps to the right, I'm literally in the fridge, or 2 steps to the left, I'm out to the garage and working out. Let's see, in a difficult, tiring day, what do you think I choose? Right? Do you think I'm tired? I'm exhausted. I'm emotionally drained. Yeah, let me go hit that elliptical machine. Let me go hit those weights. Or let me turn to the right and grab that sandwich, or grab those fries, or grab that whatever. See what I mean? We're too comfortable in our houses. That's why generally, in my opinion, if you are not super motivated, a super internally motivated individual, which I am about certain things, but there's certain things I'm not, you're not going to do it. So, 3 times this week, take your dog for a walk. Go for a walk. Walk around the block. Walk down the street. Walk down to a grocery store. Walk back. Anyway, so just do that, right? Get into it. You can do it. I know you can. I believe in you. And remember, as I was saying last week on the podcast it was a version of the Maya Angelou quote, right? We do better when we know better, right? Which is, from my version, right? Be better, do better, because you know better. So 3 times this week, do 5, 10 minutes, go for a walk, go for a run if you can, walk your dog, get out, go to a gym, hit an elliptical. I'm going to do 3 times. I'm going to write it in my own comments. Hey, y'all, I went out, I hit the gym 3 times this week. That's it. If you do all 3 all together, you all do all 3 all together. I would suggest spacing it out personally, right? But this week we're getting into the holidays, and everybody's going to start at the beginning of the year with their New Year's resolutions, and I'm going to go to the gym. That's why none of the New Year's resolutions that when we talk about weight loss ever work. It is statistically proven that January there's a massive spike of gym memberships, and in February there's a massive drop off of gym memberships. It just is, because nobody follows through. So what we're doing, the Renaissance fan, we're going to get started before the new year. Yeah. So when New Year hits, we're already in our stride. We're already in our 21 days. We've already passed our 21 days, and we made it a habit. We're going to get our food in order. We're going to get our motivation in order. We're going to get our exercise regimen in order. Okay? Let's start with cardio. Just a bit of advice, cardio to start. Do something. Get out there. I believe in you. And the reason I believe in you, and even if I don't know you, I believe in you, because if you're listening to this podcast, you believe in yourself. You want more for yourself, because I want more for me. And you're only listening because you want more for yourself. And so I believe in you because of that. Because you've hit like, because you've subscribed, because you've added a comment. I want to motivate you. I want to push you. I want to help you. And while helping you, I'm going to help myself. Because I'm going to get out there and I'm going to prove it to you, because now I'm out there. And so as I close this out today, do better, be better, because you know better. Keep going. Okay? And once again, if you like the content that you hear on the Renaissance Daddy, please hit like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, this is Renaissance Daddy. Take it easy, y'all.